Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. This is Light Side Reaction Reviews, or Reactions and Reviews. And we are doing a live stream today, as we have been doing all this year, starting in January. And every Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Time is when we do our live streams, and we do live mukbangs. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, but I'm sure if you're familiar with food and the internet, you know what that is. So basically, we taste test food and sit here and eat it, and then we review it. We talk about the food, the service from the location where we purchased it, and the food itself, and you can kind of compare it to some other stuff. Maybe some different options you can get. We've been doing fast food reviews, and this month for the season of Lent leading up to Easter, we've been doing reviews of fish products, and we've been doing fast food fish sandwiches from almost a dozen different places now that we've done. And so we've got today is Palm Sunday, and so next Sunday, a week from today, is Easter Sunday. So just a heads up, I probably will not be doing a live stream on Easter Sunday. Obviously, I'm going to have stuff going on with my family or the church, one of the two. And so I probably won't be doing any kind of live stream for that. And so thank you to you guys that are watching and already giving thumbs up. That's encouraging to me. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this. But anyway, for today, we had some different options, and I always give you guys the opportunity to post in the comments where you think I should go ahead and eat for my fast food review. And for right now in the season of Easter, or season of Lent leading up to Easter, we've been doing fish products. And so some of the options that were suggested for today, the one that got the most votes was a place called Old Bag of Nails. And apparently it's a franchise location, because there's different locations of it. And the nearest one to here is in Columbus, Ohio. But that's about 2 hours drive away from here. And so with me preaching on Sunday mornings, there's no way I'd be able to drive clear to Columbus, which is the nearest one, before 2 p.m. in order to do a Sunday afternoon live stream with the review of their fish. But there's another one in Newark, Ohio, that people recommended. And apparently they've got some amazing fish. From the reviews that my friends have been telling me about, it's some of the best fish you can get. So I'm disappointed that we don't have one around here that I could do for you guys, because that's something I would definitely like to try. So who knows, maybe at some point in the future, I'll be able to get up in that area, and we can do Old Bag of Nails for you guys. So because there's not one in this area where I could get to in order to do one on the live stream on Sunday afternoon, we had to pass on that one, at least for now. So maybe we'll get the opportunity in the future to do that. And from the reviews I've heard, it's amazing. So looking forward to that when we can get that chance. Third place was Wrangler, and that's also a local place. It's not a franchise. It's something that I only know of the one location. I think it's just a family-owned bar and grill sort of thing, where they don't have like multiple locations. It's not a franchise or anything. But it was recommended, and they said that they've got really good fish too. Also, they've got really good fish there also. And then the other one that we got recommended was Applebees, and that is a franchise, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Applebees. All over the country, I assume they've got locations, and that is what we're going with today. We're going with Applebees, and so let's see. I went ahead and looked up on Applebees.com. I did download their app onto my phone, and it was all working fine, letting me put in my contact information and everything, except it wouldn't let me. It was weird. On the place where you put in your personal information, it lets you put all that in, but when I went to finalize my order, it said you have not entered in a payment method yet. And I was like, well, obviously I haven't seen the place to do that. And so I brought up the screen again, and there was a place where you can change your name, your address, your phone number, your email address, all that kind of stuff, your personal information. But where it said payment type, there was no link to click on. There was no button to click to say, okay, I want to add a credit card, a debit card, or whatever the case may be. It's payment information. So after I went through all the process of setting up the app and getting that, it looked like it was working fine until I got to the part to where I could place my order and pay for it. And it didn't work. There was no place for me to even enter in my details. So I was not able to place my order online. Fortunately, I called them on the phone, and they had this unique thing. I've never seen another place like this. They have where you can call and order on phone, but this was automated. You call, and this automated computerized voice comes on and asks you, do you want to place an order, or do you want to such and such? It gives you the options, press 1 or 2, or even just say what you want to do. And then I said I wanted to... Well, that was my tripod falling over. But anyway, and now I've got dust on my screen, but I'll have to live with that. But it let me pick the location I wanted. I just called directly to the actual store, the actual location here, and it took my order over the phone, and it let me do everything except for yeah, John, or John enthusiast. That's these cheap little tripods are a little bit flimsy. They're handy, it's small enough I could sit up here on my dash, but it's kind of flimsy materials. So when you're live, anybody that's ever done live television or anything like that knows you kind of throw things up in the air sometimes, and you just have to go with the flow, with the punches. I did sing and play guitar in a band for almost 20 years, and that was our main thing, was performing live. We recorded 3 CDs, but the majority of what we did was performing live. And we learned that when you make a mistake, you just get back up and keep right on going. And if you don't make a big deal out of it, kind of laugh it off, and people will laugh along with you. So, and it's always better to have people laughing with you than laughing at you. But anyway, I did place the order. And it was very smooth. The only thing was, since it was automated, I did have a question. I wanted to pay with a credit card, and it wouldn't, it asked me specific questions, and it wouldn't, give me the opportunity to, ask questions of my own, open-ended, and hopefully get an answer. But anyway, took my order, gave me the estimated time. They have something here that's really cool. It's called Carside to Go. And basically, you place your order online or over the phone or whatever the case may be before you get to the location. A lot of places do that. And then you pull up to the side of the building. And then even by doing it on the telephone, they sent me a text saying, click this link when you arrive. And so when I pulled into the spot, they had reserved parking for the car side to go. Pulled into that one of those spots, and of course I had given them one of the options was I gave them a description of my vehicle and my first name so that they would know who they were looking for when they came out to bring the food. And so I pulled up in, clicked on that button, and it immediately responded with, "We see that you're here. We'll be out in a few minutes with your order." And so that was great, but I still hadn't paid. And I was hoping to pay with my credit card instead of with cash. And I wasn't sure exactly how that was going to work, if I'd actually have to go inside the building to pay, if I was going to use my card. So anyway, the employee came out on time when the order was prepared, was supposed to be ready, and it was. Came out and brought my order to me. And this is it. This is the brown paper bag, and it's got the order tag on here with the description of the food, everything I ordered, plus a receipt with the price on it. Even the name of the person that took the order and everything is all on the receipt. But anyway, when she came out and gave me my order, I said, is there a way that I can pay with debit card or credit card? And she said, yes, if you do it online. Well, obviously, I attempted to do it online, but it couldn't get it to work. And she said, well, I think we've been having trouble with the online lately. So apparently it's not just me that's having that issue now. But other than that, everything went really smoothly. Service was great, and filled my order and everything. And I just went ahead and gave her cash. She had change that she was able to give me back. I told her to keep the change as her tip. And so that ended up working out pretty good. But anyway, I've got a description here of what we're eating today, what we're looking at. And we're at Applebees at 482 Pike Street in Marietta, Ohio. And so, oh, for crying out loud. I apologize, guys. I've never had this much problem with my tripod before. Let's see, put this back up here. Get my angle back. Oh, this is what happens when you live stream on a budget. But anyway, we're at Applebee's at 482 Pike Street in Marietta, Ohio. And, they went ahead and texted this back to me with the pickup time, my order number, the name that I gave them, my first name, and my cell phone number that I called from. And what I ordered was the hand-battered fish and chips, which is on their menu. And this is what one of my viewers recommended to me. Yes, Joel, the tripod is struggling. But we're making it. We're getting through. But anyway, the hand-battered fish and chips came highly recommended. And so that's what I ordered. And it's 1,470 calories, 1,470 calories. And the price... Oh, I'm losing everything. Where did I put that now? Here it is. Let's see. The price is $14.99. On the website, it said $12.29. But apparently, since then, they've updated the prices. It's now $14.99. And so that's a little bit more expensive than it was. But in today's economy, that's to be expected that their price is going to be a little bit higher than it was back when prices were lower. But anyway, it's the hand-battered fish and chips for $14.99. And the description is golden crispy battered fish fillet served with tartar sauce and a lemon wedge. And in the picture here, it's shown with signature coleslaw and classic fries. And so I went ahead and ordered that. And of course, I got the classic fries with tartar sauce and lemon wedge. And that's all for $14.99. So that's not bad. Well, let's take a look at what we got. Yeah, $15 is a decent price compared to what we've been getting with fast food. It's around ballpark of $15 to $20 is what most stuff is. Now this sticker on here, they've got it sealed with, is pretty darn tight material. There, I got it peeled off. It doesn't want to break, but I guess it did let me peel it open. Okay, so here's the first container. And the second container. And they did give me the option to get the plasticware. And I said, yes, I want the plasticware. So here's what they give you for the plasticware. It's these nice, sturdy, black plasticware that I've been raving about, how I love this stuff. It's not the little white, flimsy, stubby looking spoons and forks that you typically get with fast food. But it's this higher quality plastic and more solid, more durable, and it's a type of plasticware that you can actually take home and wash and reuse. And it's pretty durable here. Nice material. Now this fork, or I'm sorry, the knife. See, it's got the serrated edge. Yeah, it's kind of a butter knife, but it's got the serrated edge if you want to cut something. But the tip here has bent a little bit. I don't know if I did that opening it up, pull too hard on the plastic to open it up. But that's neither here nor there. Nice quality plasticware. And I apologize, I keep reaching forward to shut off these pop-up windows that keep popping up. And a little one sheet of napkin. So, and that's always handy. I found out the hard way in some recent live streams that sometimes this food can be messy and you want to have napkins handy. But anyway, here's our first container. So you can see it right here. Oh, for crying out loud. Please don't go anywhere, guys. I know this is probably annoying to you almost as much as it is to me to have the camera keep flying all over the place during this live stream. And I don't know why. I mean, I've never had that much trouble with these tripods before. But anyway, okay, here's the fish and chips. I'll go ahead and open this up. Okay, we got coleslaw, and not really a lot in there, but that's plenty for, you know, to get a good taste of. You got the coleslaw, or I'm sorry, that's the coleslaw in the white. This is the tartar sauce. Then you got 3 pieces here of the battered fish. So I'm going to put these back in. Actually, I'm going to take that out because it's not fitting right now. I'll open it up. Nice big thick pieces. They look good. And then here's the second container. Oh, and this is the classic size. So I'm going to go ahead and lift these up together. So hopefully you can get a good view of the items. There we go. And I hope you could see that. I can't tell because these pop-up windows keep popping up and covering up my screen, so I can't see what you guys are seeing. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This again is from Applebees, and it came highly recommended. So let's start with opening up the coleslaw. And here's the coleslaw. Okay. It's not extremely runny, not extremely liquid. It's not dry. I mean, you can see if you could see or not, but it's wet, but it's not like real sopping wet sort of thing. Okay, we're back. Hopefully you guys will be able to rejoin the stream. I got to do something about this phone overheating constantly and causing me to interrupt the live stream. But that's what is causing this. All these technical problems we're having today. I've got to figure out a way to handle these with the tripod breaking down, and then also the phone overheating and just shutting off in the middle of the live stream. And I know that's annoying to you guys, so I apologize for it. Obviously, it's annoying to me as well. But anyway, back to the review. Okay, we got the coleslaw. Good texture. Let's go ahead and take a bite. It's a good flavor. It's crunchy. Again, the crunchiness is good. It doesn't have too much, it's not too soggy. But yet there is that moisture down the bottom that if you want to, you can kind of stir it around a little bit and get the drier coleslaw, get it wet a little bit. Got little green flakes in here. You can probably see there. Got carrots. The shredded carrots. It's a good flavor. Not too much salt. Not too sweet. And it's not plain. It's got a good, decent flavor to it. This is good coleslaw. Very good. Okay. There's just a little bit left in the bottom of that wetness. So go ahead and drink that out. And that's it. It's just an appetizer. Not really a lot there, but that's all it's meant to be. It's an appetizer. So I don't know how much that would be by itself, price-wise, but it's good quality stuff there. So no complaints on that. So now we have the fries, Applebee's classic fries. Oops. Nope, toss that one out. Let the birds get that one. Okay, you can see up close here. Hopefully it's in focus. These are the cut potato fries. You can see the edges, how they're cut, like a slice from potatoes. And so it's not your traditional French fries, but it's the actual cut from potatoes. You can see the flakes of salt on it. And there's little either green or black flakes on it as well. I don't know if that's pepper or some other seasoning. But they're very lightly browned, and they're solid. Not a lot of give to them. They're not floppy like McDonald's fries are often like real floppy. And some of the other places like Wendy's or Burger King might have more solid fries. This is more solid like those, with not a lot of flop to them. So let's go ahead and taste them and see what they're like. That's good. Those are good seasonings. Okay, white potato on the inside. Just real plain white, just like most fries are. Yet crunchy on the outside, solid, and that little bit of a hard texture, which I enjoy. I like them like that, so they're not soggy or anything. No spices. Whatever these spices are they're putting on this, it's good. These are quality fries. I have to say, these are some of the better fries that I've had. Fast food fries. I do like my McDonald's fries. And some of the other places we've gone to, I've liked their fries as well. But I think these might be possibly the best I've had. Very good. They're consistent too. They're consistent in their texture and in their taste. The seasoning, excuse me, went down the wrong pipe. As I was saying, the seasoning is spread out evenly on the fries too. So it's not like you get one fry with a lot of seasoning and another without any. See how they kind of clump together there? I'm just holding one fry, and there's three of them sticking together. That's not a bad thing. Very good. I am pleased with these fries, to say the least. Again, this was $15 for the entire thing. For all three pieces of fish, plus the fries and the coleslaw. And this is a big containers, clear full with the fries. See, here's the size of the container. I've been eating out of it already. And see how deep it is there compared to my hand. See, it sits in the palm of my hand. Fills up the entire thing. So that's a good amount of fries. Good stuff. Okay, my phone is overheating again, so we may lose the stream again any moment. If we do, stick in there. I'll cool down the phone and I'll start the stream back up to finish it. Very good fries. While we're eating the fries, go ahead and comment in the stream, or if you're watching this later, in the comments down below, go ahead and let me know where some of your places, your favorite places to get French fries. Who has the best French fries in your opinion? And what do you like about them? What makes them good, in your opinion? And then here coming up soon, I'll try to do a French fry comparison taste test and compare the fries from different locations. But as of today, these are some pretty darn good fries that I'm enjoying a lot. Somebody just commented, and I went by too fast, I didn't see what it was. Something about Taco Bell. I'm sorry, there was a pop-up window that covered up your text. Covered up your comment. I hate these pop-up windows. Keep obstructing my video while I'm trying to record. And I don't know of a way to get rid of those. So you guys ever been to Applebee's before? If so, what are some of your favorite dishes from Applebee's? Like today we're doing the fish. What are some of their other items that are really good that you enjoy? So someday if I come back, I'll have an idea of some other things to try. Taco Bell. I love the seasoning and the cheese you get with it. Okay. That's that with Taco Bell's fries. They have cheesy fries. Is that what that is? That sounds interesting. You know, when you think of Taco Bell, you think of Mexican food. You think of tortillas and tacos and chimichangas and that kind of stuff. But they also do Americanized. I mean, let's be honest. Taco Bell is basically, it's not authentic Mexican food. It's Americanized version. Just like here in the United States, when we talk about Chinese food, what we call Chinese food isn't really Chinese food. It's Americanized. I love it. But it's designed for American taste buds. Okay, Taco Bell has fries, but they aren't always available. All right, thank you for that information. Whenever I go to Taco Bell, I'll check that out, and we'll compare. We'll throw their fries into the mix also for our comparison, if they're available here. But yeah, what we call Chinese food is Americanized. It's not authentic Chinese food. In fact, if you eat at a Chinese restaurant and you notice the employees going on break, they're not eating the food that they prepare. They fix their own food, and they fix the authentic Chinese food for themselves to eat. But our American taste buds and our society, our culture, has gotten used to this Americanized version of Chinese food. It's the same thing with Mexican in a lot of places. Taco Bell is an Americanized version. It's not authentic Mexican food that you would get if you lived in a border state, for example, and went to an authentic Mexican restaurant that was run by actual people with Mexican background that are familiar with the culture enough to prepare the authentic food. But these are good fries. Almost done with them. Okay, last three fries, or four. Last four fries. Then we're moving on to the fish. The main course. That was a nice portion size of the fries. I'm very pleased with the fries all around. Good portion size. Great taste. Great texture. I liked everything about those fries. Okay. Now let's move on to the fish. Now that we've cleared out some of the space, maybe you can see this a little bit better. Okay, there's the fish. There's 3 pieces in there. This is Applebee's batter dipped fish. And so we're going to go ahead and take it. Boy, this feels thick in my hand. It's a great big chunk of fish. Let's go ahead and take the bite of the batter on the outside. Mmm. Good texture. Slightly, not exactly crunchy, but it's hard, but still tender on the inside. I immediately got taste of that tender bite of that tender fish on the inside, and the outside batter surrounding it. It's good it's a good contrast between the two textures. Let's go ahead and take another bite. Mmm. Okay, we got good flavor. It is soft. It's tender. It's not overbearing on the spices. It's moist. A little bit greasy, but not overbearingly so. Don't really notice the grease on your fingers until you actually look at it. Then you can see that it is greasy actually. But when I was holding the fish, I didn't notice the greasy feel like you do a lot of times when fish is really greasy. And it's just dripping on your fingers. That's not the case here. It's not overly greasy. Mm. That's a very good batter that they have on this. Mm. Okay, comparing to some of the fish that we've already had, and again, this isn't the sandwiches, because this isn't a sandwich itself, but I think of Long John Silver's that we had. This is better than the Long John Silver's, I think. But the real test is it as good as or better than the Captain D's? Because the Captain D's are fish. It's almost hard to compare. They're both good for different reasons. The Captain D's batter is a lot crunchier on the outside. This isn't as crunchy. Here you can see some crunchy pieces right there, and a little one right there. This one right here is great big piece there. That crunchy batter. And then on the underside, you can see some crunchy pieces hanging down. But overall, it's more flat. And you can see it probably better on this one right here. This one right here, a little bit greasy. But see how smooth that is? That texture? That's what it is on most of these. And still, you've got a few pieces here and there of the batter that's thick. And the pieces of breading left over. I like those. In fact, kind of like with the extra crispy chicken from Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's what it puts me in mind of. Those pieces of breading that stick out on it. And that's what I like the most, probably, about KFC's extra crispy chicken. But these, I mean, that batter's okay. I would give the edge to the KFC crunchy batters, and on their chicken, and also to the batter they put on the Captain D's fish. However, the part that's soft and smooth, it's got good flavor. There's not a lot of spices in it to give it a distinctive taste like the fries did. The fries did have some kind of spices in there that really stood out and gave it a good flavor. But there's something about this batter, the way it's browned or something, that gives it a really good flavor. And again, it's not spices that they've added. It's just the batter itself with the way that it's cooked, apparently. So this is good flavor to it. Okay, I've eaten half of it already and haven't tried the tartar sauce. And we've got to be fair. Try their tartar sauce just like we do everybody else's. Go ahead and, well, this is a runny, kind of soupy tartar sauce. See how kind of soupy that is? Just all, it doesn't clump, it just kind of oozes. And so I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think I like it better when it's clumpy. I'm not overly thrilled about the taste either. It's okay. It doesn't taste bad. But let's try a piece of the fish with some of the tartar sauce. Tartar sauce almost takes away from it. I think I'd rather eat it without the tartar sauce, and that's unusual for me. I like tartar sauce. Okay, I think we're back. I hate this. I lost all you viewers. Hopefully, I can get you guys back. Yeah, the stream went down because my phone overheated twice today in the same stream. So, as I said, I got to do something about that, and I'll be looking into finding a way that we can fix that problem. But anyway, as I was saying, the tartar sauce here is not one of your better tartar sauce. It's okay. Again, it's edible. But honestly, I think it takes away from the flavor of this fish. This fish is really good. And so this tartar sauce with it hurts it more than it helps it. Take a bite off the end here with the tartar sauce. It's a little bit sweet. I think that might be a problem. It's a little bit too sweet. No, it's a little bit sweet, but the sweetness isn't really the problem here. It's got the flakes in it that gives it the good flavor. It's almost the texture, I think. The texture of the tartar sauce that that makes it a little bit inferior. Yeah, it's almost like a soupy sort of tartar sauce. And I would want the tartar sauce to be quite a bit thicker than that. So Whereas normally I like to eat my fish with tartar sauce. I'm going to pass on the tartar sauce for the rest of this and just finish this piece of fish without the tartar sauce, just as it is, because this has a really good flavor to it, and I don't want to ruin it with the inferior tartar sauce. And again, maybe their tartar sauce is usually better than this. Maybe I just got a bad cup, and it's not a horrible flavor. There's my ringtone. Somebody's trying to call, but I'll call back after the stream's over. But it's not that it's a horrible flavor, but it's just inferior. And instead of adding to the enjoyment of the fish, it actually takes away from it. And that's unusual, in my opinion, for a tartar sauce. So let's go ahead and finish this without the tartar sauce. You can hear that crunch. That's one of these big crunchy pieces on the breading. I'll go ahead and peel that off. This is a crunchy breading piece right here. This is probably the biggest breading piece, the crunchy stuff that we've got. See that texture on there? Again, not as good as KFC's breading on their extra crispy, but it's good. It's up there. But again, this batter has a really good flavor to it. The chicken is soft, tender, and again, it's firm on the outside. I think it could use just a little bit more seasoning on the batter on the outside. I think would set it over the edge. This is really good the way it is. I think if they just added a little bit of seasoning to the batter itself on the outside, I think it would just set it apart like on a level on all its own. I don't know what kind of seasoning you would want to put on it, but something to just give it a slight kick. You know, nothing like really like Mexican spicy sort of thing. Just something to add a little bit of flavor along the lines of little drops of seasoning to put on it. But yes, this is a very good piece of fish. Last bite. One last look before it goes down the hatch. That's all she wrote. Able to finish the entire meal. Everything's empty here. All we have left is just a little bit of tartar sauce that I left in the cup. And normally, if you're going to eat the tartar sauce with the food, this would be the perfect amount that they give you to eat with it. But I didn't finish it, obviously, because I preferred it without the tartar sauce this time. I'll put this lid back on it. So portion size evened out really good. They were generous with the fries, and the fries were excellent. I like the fries almost as well as I like the fish. Those were excellent fries. Excuse me. The not the tartar sauce. Tartar sauce I didn't care for. The coleslaw was good. I think I've had better coleslaw before, but this was top tier. I'd give it an A. Like A, B, C, D, and F for failing. I'd give it an A. Or at least a B plus. But I think I would give it an A. I think I'd give it at least an A minus. Tartar sauce I would give a D plus or a C minus. Actually, a D plus. Well, let's just give it a flat out D, because I really didn't like the tartar sauce. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't a failing, but it was bad enough that, or I don't want to say bad enough. That's not fair. It was not good enough that I preferred to eat the fish without it. And for me, that's very unusual. I always put tartar sauce on the fish, except for when I'm doing the reviews. First bite I'll take without it, at least, in order to get an honest taste of the fish without the sauce to skew my opinion one way or the other. And that my opinion would be based on the sauce instead of the fish itself. The fish I would give an A. The fries I would give, I think I'd give the fries an A plus. So that's pretty much it. A plus on the fries, A on the fish. What did I say? A B plus for the coleslaw, and a D for the tartar sauce. So, but anyway, overall, very good eating experience here from Applebee's. I've never actually eaten at Applebee's. I think I have eaten at Applebee's once before. I can't remember what I had. I think maybe I had their boneless wings or something like that. And I seem to remember it was good. But Applebee's isn't the sort of thing that I go to regularly. I'm not the kind that I would go to sit down restaurants a lot and eat. Mostly because, first of all, the prices are generally higher. And I don't really, with my lifestyle, I don't have a lot of time to actually go sit down and eat in restaurants. And so I'm more likely to go through a drive-through and get something quick, or get something from the local grocery store, which in this case would be Walmart or Kroger or something like that. Go through and get like some frozen dinners, take home, put in the freezer, and then just pop them in the microwave whenever you're ready to eat something. That's typically what my lifestyle and the speed and pace of everything that is going on allows for me. So for the first time eating in a sit-down restaurant where they actually had curbside delivery, where I was actually able to eat it here in the van, it was really nice. It was convenient for me, and it was enjoyable. The food was good. I'm very pleased with it. The price was comparable to the other fast food that we've been eating recently. $14.99, $15. They didn't charge a tax on it. The only additional that was added on top of that $14.99 was the voluntary tip. And she didn't ask for a tip. I gave her a $20 bill and she started giving me ones back. And I said, just go ahead and keep that as your tip. So, yeah. Good service, good food. It's not one of these places that harass you about a tip sort of thing where they're breathing down your neck, holding the machine out. It's like, here, tap in. Do you want to give 50% or 75%? like what? Whatever happened to 10%? Now, generally, I'll give it more than 10%, on a tip. But I remember when that was the standard rate was 10%, and that's for good service. If you don't get good service, you don't leave that much of a tip. You might leave maybe 5% for poor service, or sometimes you might not leave a tip at all, is the way it used to be. If you get poor service, you don't leave a tip because the tip was for the quality service. But I did not like doing that, not leaving a tip at all. So even if I got poor service, I would leave something at least. But nowadays, you get 15% tip, and they see it as an insult. 20%, and in recent years, even 20% is considered an insult. They want like 25% or more, and that's just ridiculous to get 25% as a tip. But and I don't want to get on a tangent, get ranting about taxes and that sort of thing. But taxes is the same way with the government. The way they have that sliding scale. Not to get political on here. I don't want to get too political. But just suffice to say, I think this is something that most Americans can agree on, that taxes are out of control and they're ridiculous. And the solution to that, I've got ideas. I've got my preferred way that I think is fair, that it should be. But I'm not going to get into all that because of you start talking too much in politics and getting into details, and you're going to offend people. And this isn't the place to do that. We're talking food. And so as it relates to leaving tips, like the tipping culture has gotten out of hand. I saw online somebody posted where they went through the self-checkout lane. You know how these grocery stores are doing that now, and even some fast food places and some of the bigger cities, they've got these experimental kiosks where you order everything. There's no human being there. It's just a machine, and you place the order yourself by pushing the buttons or speaking into the microphone or whatever. And they've even in some cases they've got machines back there cooking and preparing and packaging the food and handing it out to you. And so there's no humans involved whatsoever on there. And yet somebody posted online where they went to one of those. It was either one of those robotic controlled things, or it was a self-checkout lane where you do all the work yourself. You scan it, you put your card in, you bag your groceries, you do everything. There's not even anybody there, an employee, except for maybe an employee watching from a camera in another room for security purposes, or maybe an employee standing off to the side, just kind of watching all the registers from the one location. And so there's no employee actually helping you with your products and with your transaction. And yet this person posted online that at the end of the transaction, as they were putting in their credit card or cash or whatever it was, it prompted them for a tip. And he's like, great, now we're tipping robots. We're tipping the machine for work that we did ourselves. And it's a complete turnaround from the way tipping it used to be seen and used to be understood, is that tipping, it was not meant to be part of a salary or part of what the person earns for the work they do. The employer is supposed to pay that, and they're supposed to pay them a decent wage, not necessarily a living wage for a job that is meant for entry-level work, like, for example, fast food, the running the checkout lane or whatever. These are jobs that are intended to be for persons that are just out of school or just getting started and looking for a side job for extra cash on the side, that is not meant to be providing for a family, sort of thing. And so, no, you're not going to make a living wage at that kind of job. That's not what that kind of job is meant for. If you need to make a living wage, if you've got a family to support and stuff, then you wouldn't survive too long working one of those jobs, because that's not what those jobs are meant for. And so that's where you end up moving up, getting raises and based on the quality of your work, or getting a promotion to a different position that pays better salary, sort of thing, and you work your way up. But anyway, It's not the same as it was then, and the tipping was not meant to be part of your salary. That's what your employer paid you, and that's where it got out of hand. I think is a lot of these places that have have tip based service. The waiters and waitresses, the employers got into their head the idea that they wanted the tips to pay the salary. And so when they paid their employees that received tips, started paying them less than minimum wage, paid them like, back when minimum wage was like $6 or $7 an hour, they'd pay their employees like $4 or $5 an hour. And the government let them get away with it because they also received tips. You can't count on those tips. Those tips are for your service. It's not meant to be part of your base rate of pay. And so the employers got into the habit of calculating their pay as if the tips that they received were expected to be part of that pay. And that's not fair to the employees. That's not fair to the customers. That's just the employers taking advantage all around. So to solve that situation, what you needed to do is employers to actually pay their employees, whether they receive tips or not. It's not important. Whether they receive tips or not is beside the point, should have no bearing on the base rate that they make. They should make minimum wage for minimum wage work. And anytime they receive tips, that should be a bonus on top of their wages that's not factored in. That's a bonus to them for good service that they, the employees, give. That's the way it was. That's the way it used to be. And that's the way it should be now. But now we've gone so far the other way that those employers basically, and getting that philosophy in their heads has caused tipping to go so far the other direction that it's expected that your tips are going to pay for your salary. And the only way you can make a living wage, the only way you can support yourself and a family is if you charge 50, 60% for tips and have it be mandatory and automatic. And it just flies in the face of what it was originally intended to be, and in my opinion, what it should be. But anyway, I always like to give good tips, especially if you get good service. So over the years, whereas years ago I would give a 10% tip, maybe a little bit extra for exceptional service, although 10% was what was expected for exceptional service. I like to give a little bit extra, and some people close to me would say, you're crazy for giving that much tips. Like if I give 15%, you round up or whatever, he'd say, that's more than 10%, and 10% is easy to calculate. But nowadays, when they kind of almost demand or pressure you, or peer pressure sort of thing, into giving 25, 30, 40% or more tips, it almost makes you want to not give a tip at all, or to say, hey, that's not what this is for. I'll tip you for the good service. But then when you've got robots asking you to tip them for the work that you did yourself, and they didn't do any, there was no human there doing the actual work, that's just insanity. Anyway, all you out there that are working customer service, I worked in customer service myself, grocery store. When I was first out of high school, I worked as a carry out, where we would bag the groceries and then carry them out to your vehicle, load them in your car. That doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if there's any place in the country right now anymore that actually hires that. When I was fresh out of high school, that's a job I did, and I don't think that job exists anymore. You're expected to bag your own groceries, carry them out yourself, load them into your car yourself. I used to do that, and we didn't accept tips. If somebody offered tip, I'm sure it was okay to take them, but we never expected it, never asked for it. I don't remember ever getting tips for that kind of work. Just wasn't expected. It's just we were just doing our job. And then I worked my way up to cashier, and then eventually assistant manager. And then I moved to a different location, different store, and worked there for a couple years. And so I'm familiar with the industry, and it's hard work. And I know if people put if the employees are doing a good job, they deserve your respect. They deserve to receive good tips when they do good service. So those of you that are in the customer service industry, I do appreciate you. I did get good service today, so I gave an exceptionally good tip. My tip was pretty good. It was way more than 10% today. Normally I don't give that much as I did today. It was probably like 25% tip, literally. But just round to the nearest dollar, a couple dollars. It was okay for today. I got good service. I was pleased with, even though the app didn't work, they had a backup system that worked really well. So I was happy to give them a little bit extra tip on the side for that. But anyway, I appreciate every one of you guys that watches the streams. Comment down below some places you'd like me to do some food reviews. If you know some specific foods that are being offered at a location that would most likely be available in my area, go ahead and comment that. It doesn't have to be fish. Next Sunday, for Easter Sunday, we won't be here doing a live stream because I'm most likely going to be either doing stuff with the church or with my family. So have a happy Easter next weekend, and then we'll come back the following Sunday for another live stream. And since at that time, Lenten season and Easter will be over with, we won't be limited to fish products. So you can recommend anything you want. It can be pizza, it can be burgers, it can be chicken, fish, tacos, whatever you want to. Just recommend any place that you'd like me to eat. And if you have a special food in mind, a particular food, go ahead and comment that as well. And then I will try to accommodate the one that gets the most views, or the most likes, and the most recommendations. Before we go, I want to thank you guys, those of you that have been concerned about my mother. I did get some comments from some of you asking about her, and Mary commented on one of my videos asking about Mom, because I had mentioned that she had a stroke recently and was in ICU in Columbus, Ohio. She did get to come home on Thursday, not to her house, but to her hometown. And she is in a nursing home right now, temporarily. She got there Thursday night, or Thursday late afternoon. And we've got another location in mind that we think will get better care that we're hoping for her. And as soon as they have a room open up, we're going to have her transferred there. And so she's back in town for her rehabilitation. Like I said in an earlier stream, she lost use of the left side of her body, and so she's got a long way to get that back. But she has come a long way in the last couple weeks, regained a lot of what she's lost. She's in good spirits, and she is closer to home now, so we can see her every day and not have to drive all the way back and forth 2 hours plus one way in order to see her. And so I thank you guys for your thoughts and your prayers, and just keep her and our family in your minds if you would, in the near future. And I'll keep you updated with these brief updates at the end of each stream and let you know how she's doing. But thank you so much, especially those of you that are praying for us and commenting to let us know of your support. But anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down in the comment section and let me know either the answer to one of the questions that I asked during the stream, or if you want to recommend some place for me to eat next time, or any question, comment that you have that would relate to food reviews, the sort of things that we discuss on here. Feel free to comment down below. And share this with your friends and let them know that we're here, so that every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we can come back here and do a live stream together as we eat and review some different fast food items, and have a great time together and talk a little bit afterwards, just like we're doing now. And so I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful Easter season, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks again for watching. I love every one of you. See you soon. Bye.